It's gonna be of how to trim, where to take profit at, and how to determine your stop loss, right? So it's gonna be a very quick video, super simple. So let's go ahead. We'll do this one on options actually, right? So I'm gonna go over all that real quick. So let's remove all these drawings. So let's start on the daily. What do we have on the daily? Okay, so let me draw down these levels real quick, and then we'll show you guys how to determine all that real quick, how to plug everything together like a puzzle. Okay, so if I do, okay, I want to do a replay. I want to do a replay of pretty much essentially, damn it, I screwed up. Let's do a replay all the way to here. This day, okay. There we go. Okay, let's play on the hourly real quick. So I want to show you guys an example real quick. Okay, let's see. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mark up my 1 hour order block, right? So if I'm looking for longs, let's see what happens. If we mark it up here, I know I have an hourly order block here, right? So I'm gonna mark that up. That's my hourly order block, right? Okay, let's see if I go on the daily time frame. Let's see if I can mark something like this up. All right, a day obviously is a larger time frame. We can go on the 4 hour if I want. Let's see if anything's around here. We'll just use the daily. Let's see 1 hour real quick. We can possibly, no, we'll just keep it on a daily. Okay, all right, so let's see. Let's go like we're in real time. I trade usually the 5 and the 15 minute, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how I caught this yesterday on Meta. Where was my TP? Where is my take profit? Okay, let's see. So my entry is gonna be anywhere in the order block, and I know that we have this breakdown level that we have to break down for it to change, bias or directions to the downside. So, okay, fast forward. Let's see if I can speed this up a little bit. Oh, damn it, I missed. Oh, man. I think I just messed this up, guys. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, it's right here. It's right here. Cool. It just showed me where it's at. Right here. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna wait for a retest into there, but let me draw my fib here now since I know price action is gonna be over here. Let's drag it out. Okay. Boom. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Let's play it. So Meta had news. It started dump. I called this out on Discord and I told them, you know what? I said let's take buys. What happened? Why am I taking buys here? So for me, my entry is here. If we hold on this low and this hourly order block, if we hold here, I'm in. My stop loss is a close below the order block, right? My stop loss be a close right below that order block. If we go on the hourly, let's see what happened. How much was left on that hourly? So if you go here, it held it on a 5 minute, held that low, even tapped your 50% fib. So what do we have? 50% fib tap, hourly order block, breakdown level that it held. Let's watch it. What did it do? Held it once, held it twice. So we got in once this candle closed. We got in, really once this candle held, we got in, boom, instant. So where's my first TP? Where's my first TP? From here, obviously it was Thursday, quick 0DTs, quick $2 profit. My first TP is at the weekly open. If you guys watch the weekly open, daily open, and indicator video, you guys will understand why I use those levels, act as support and resistance. So first TP hit, right? That's where you trim. Your first TP got hit, you trim there. You're still in because you never got to close below. You're still in. Where's my second TP at this point now? My second TP at this point is going to be the daily open. Why? Because that's the next area of resistance, right? And then where's my next TP? The most recent high, which is right here, a little bit above the monthly open. So let me remove this, not to confuse you guys. Right? So we held. So we got TP1 hit. Let's go look and see if we get TP2. TP2 hit with that wick. So TP2 hit, boom, secure most of your profits. So let me explain. Let me backtrack a little. I'm in here. instant probably 20%. So what I like to do, guys, where I like to trim, I like to trim my first. So for example, let's say I have 15 contracts here. Let's say I bought 15 contracts here. Cool, right? Like, this is usually on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays where contracts move slow. What I would do with those 15 contracts, as soon as 10% hits, I move up my stop break even and I trim 5 contracts. Why do you guys think I do that? The reason I trim 5 contracts at 10% is because, one, where are you going to go and get your 10% of your money back in minutes? And two, I move up my stop break even because we're up 10% of the money. There's no reason why the price should go back down there if it's valid. If it does, cool, it stopped me out break even. What does that tell me? It's going to try to give us a better entry. Then if it's going to go below my fill, why would I not get out and try to get a better fill? So that's why I like to move my stop up once we're in 10% profits. So let's say I took out 5 contracts, 10%. Cool. Let's say my second TP hit. I'm in 15 contracts. Remember, 15 contracts. TP2 hits. How many am I taking off? Another 5 contracts. So what does that tell me? I'm just down to 5 contracts. And what does that do for me? Just runners until my TP3 hits. TP3 hits, I usually like to take 2 to 3 contracts more off. So let's see, do we get a TP3 hit? It's gonna be a monthly open, and we got TP3, and TP3 got hit. So I'm down to maybe 2 to 3 contracts at this point. And at this point, what I'm gonna target now, it's gonna be the most recent high that pushed us all the way down. So back up to 307. So at this point I'm holding runners, but with stops in profit. Right? Because you just never know. The same way we caught this that same day to the upside, we moved up our stops. Imagine if we didn't, we would have been in red on that amazing green trade that we caught for like over 100-something%, right? So now that we're in profit, TP1 hit, TP2 hit, you trim 10 contracts, you're down to 5 contracts, you trim another 2-3 contracts. Let's say you trim 3 contracts, you're down to 2 contracts. Now you just hold runners with break-even stops or stops in profit for the next high, your next TP, right? And let's see if it even gets to there. Maybe we don't even get to that high, right? Maybe at this point, if you get back down to the daily open, you get stopped in profits. But doesn't matter because you already secured profits here, secure profits here, secure profits here. That trade overall, it's a green trade, right? Okay, let's say you get stopped out here. Cool. All right, you can't be mad. You're already in profits. You already made your money, right? But let's say if you had a break-even stop, it's all the way down here, and you're going to ride it all the way to the high. If you see it go higher than this, you can determine either you want to take that profit, trim one more, or just let both run. At this point, you can trim one with a pop like this today, trim one, let the other one run with a break-even stop again, and let's see if your high gets hit. The high gets hit, you get all your positions, right? Get out all positions or move up stop one more time. Just constantly keep moving up your stop. Right? Like stuff like this. You catch the bottom, you don't have to get out all your position, guys. You can trim some, move up stops, move up stops, move up stops, and that's it. You already know where your stop loss is at, determining what your, if you're using an order block or a most recent low or most recent swing high or swing low, using those is going to determine where your stop loss is at. Or using the daily open as your stop loss. That's how you determine your stop loss, where your TPs are at. But your take profits will always be determined on your most recent swing highs, most recent swing lows. That's how you determine your take profits, right? Hope that made sense for you guys. That's a quick video. I give a good example of having 15 contracts, how you should scale in and scale out. So let me show you guys another example real quick. Let's see if we can go to what was another one we caught today? Intel, right? Intel. We caught Intel the other day. So Intel was a break above this high, 37.41 and 37.11. I remember this level, 37.11, because we could not get above it for days, right? It was that. Oh, okay, it was this high, right? So let's see what happened. Okay, what happened here? Okay, we broke it on the 15-minute. We got a retest. We took it, right? So at this point, you're taking in here in your retest. If you want a 5-minute. Let's see, 37.10. 37.10. It broke, right? It broke here. Came to retest this change of character, this imbalance. So you get in here. Your stop loss is simple. Close below this low, right? Or if you want to keep a tight stop loss, close below the weekly open. So most recent low or the weekly open. You're in here. Where's your first TP? Your first TP is that high that pushed us down. So TP1, it's right here. Right, TP1 is going to be this high, What's TP2? The next resistance level that we can't break. TP2. All right. TP2. You're already in profits. You're already in profits here. You move up stops. You probably got stopped in profits here. Or if you had a break even stop, you're still in. All right. Cool. That breaks. Where's your next TP? It was just a gap fill all the way up. Right. Let me show you guys real quick. Where is it? What the heck? What's going on? Okay. So your next TP was that 3903, which is the gap, right? So you already got TP1, TP2 there. Your next TP was up there, that high. And that's how you determine TPs and your stop loss. Let's see if we can do it on SPY. Because I know a lot of you guys love to trade SPY. So very simple. Let's keep it very simple. Let's see. Okay. All right. For example, if I took entry off this order block here and maybe fib, if I draw it out, I'm not going to do all that because I want to keep this simple for you guys. So let's see if we get in this order block imbalance tap here, right? Let's say we took the entry here. Okay. My first TP from that entry is going to be the most recent swing high. So I get in here. Where's my first TP? Right here. My first TP is here. The most recent swing high that pushed us down. First TP here. Where's my second TP? My second TP is that most recent high that pushed us down. Again, TP1, TP2, right? And then after that, where's my next TP? My next TP on that, it's going to be the high, right? So, okay, you got in here, take profit 1, take profit 2. So, take profit 1 hits, what do you do now? Break even stops, right? Break even stops or hold till, it invalidates that low. Break even stops. Never let a green trade go red. Never let a green trade go red. I don't care if you're up 10%, 15%, 50%, 100%. If you ever let go one of those trades go red, you should smack yourself. Never let a green trade go red, no matter what. Always have stops break even or move up stops, right? You move up stop break even. Let's say you're still in. TP1 got hit. Okay, TP2 got hit. Okay, two TPs got hit. Doesn't matter. You can stop break even. Cool. You made money on TP1, TP2, right? Your stop loss was a close below here. So that's how you determine your take profits. Simple as that. So let's say, once again, you get in here on SPY with 15 contracts. TP1 hit. You're probably up 20%, right? You take off 5 contracts. But like I said, my scaling for me to take my profits, just to keep it very simple, I like to trim 10%, 5 cons, and then 20%, 5 cons, and then determining the highs, runners, recent high, low, 2 or 3. Let runners with profits in place. All right. So okay, let's move this here. Okay. So SPY, we're 15 contract. Let's say TP1's 10%, which is ridiculous, right? Because SPY would be like 50% at this point. So let's say we're in 15 contracts, trim 5 contracts here, break even stops. Now, if I get stopped, I at least make 10% of some of my money, right? Cool, 10% hit. TP2 gets hit, let's say that's a 20%. Another 5 contracts. So what does that give you now? You now trim 10 contracts out of your 15 contracts. You trim 75% of your position out that you secure profit you cannot be mad at. So now what you can do in the last ones is just move up stops or put a break-even stop and let it do its thing. If it wants to run, it's going to run. So cool, TP1 hit, TP2 hit. Let's say TP3 hits, right? TP3 hits here. TP3 got hit here. You can take either 2 or 3 cons off. Cool. Now you're down to, let's say you take 2 contracts off. You're down to 3 contracts. So what do you do at this point now? You're down to 3 contracts. You trim majority of your position. You can either set profits, and higher up already in profits, or back at break even. I personally wouldn't do, break even if you're up this high. I would really just do a stop loss in profits. around where this candle was, because that's your order block. So I would do a stop loss around that zone. So it depends the percentage. Like let's say you're up 100%. I'm gonna put my stop loss at 50% at that point, right? So it just depends as the market's going, the percentage. With options, it's a little bit tougher. With futures, so easy, right? But with options, it's a little bit tougher to determine what percentage. But always trying to determine them whether there's an order block around there, try to calculate the percentage. It's a little bit harder, right, with 0DTs, but I'm teaching you guys where your TPs are at, how to scale in, how to scale out, and when to leave runners run. The one thing you guys always ask me, how do I let runners run? Simple, guys. I don't care what happens to the last 2-3 contracts. I do care, right? Because it's going to go break even or it's going to go in profit. I don't care if it stops me 50%, 100%. I don't care, because I want to see what the maximum I can get off of these last contracts. If the play is still valid, I want to see what crazy amount I can make off of just these 2-3 contracts. Because believe it or not, guys, these last 2 to 3 contracts can net you sometimes more than your whole 10 contract trims net you. And that's where you need to understand to let runners run. And stop being scared of, just taking your profit all at once. Have a game plan. Have scaling ins, have scaling outs, right? Like, know when to scale in, know when to trim, know when to move stops. And I hope I explained that for you guys very, very easily. Trim some here, move up stops after 10%. Cool. It goes back break even. Cool. All right. Look for a re-entry, right? Or look for another setup. Let another setup come to you. That's it. Simple as that, guys. I hope this helped you guys, and I hope this, helps you into next week and being able to manage your positions a little bit better, being able to, be able to trim better, being able to let runners actually run, guys. That's what I want this video to be. So if you guys enjoyed this, just like and comment if this really